Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. I am starting off hot and warm. Oh my goodness, how are you? Okay, let's get started. Let me turn on the fan. Jeez Louise. So right up until this last minute, I was polishing my daughter's nails. She has her little like a little graduation ceremony and she wanted her nails polished. So, and then she wants different, two different colors. So we were polishing all the way up until I just came on here. So let's see who is in the chat. I've already seen some people in the chat. We have Lakeisha. Lakeisha, of course, she's the first one in here. Hi, Lakeisha. We have Kim J, Sweet Healthy Life. Hello, hello. She says, Happy Hump Day, ladies. We have Kim says she's multitasking, walking through. I love that. You guys, I love how you guys don't care what time it is. You're going to exercise. You don't care if it's midnight. You're getting it in. I love that. Felicia Marie B, how are you? How are you? Now I'm gonna have the frizzies everywhere with this fan going. Oh, Mel to the B is in here. Hello, Mel. Let's see. We have Healthy Spirit Podcast. She says, Hey, I'm listening, about to hop in the car, so you won't be able to comment. That's okay. Thanks for listening. Z, hello, how are you? We have, and I said Felicia. I think I said Felicia. If not, I'm gonna say it again because I love saying her name. Felicia Marie B. It just has such a ring to it. I love it. We have Real Journal Talk with B. Hello, hello. How are you? We have Tammy. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Loving that hair. Loving that profile pic. We have Jen with the fresh bob. Every time I see your bob, I feel like you just went to the hair salon. It's super cute, super cute. Okay, who else do we have in here? Let's see. I hope I don't miss anybody. We have Tanya Bell. Hey, Tanya. We have Mayor Mindy. Hey, hey, hey. She says, snuck away from the downsides. Come on over, Mindy. She says, yes, Mama, get her right for her function. Yes, she is. She's on it. Hello, Bellflower. How are you? My weight loss twin. How are you? And people are saying hello, hello, hello. So Kim says, "Child, I love how Kim she she writes how she says things. Child, I will work out overnight." I know you do move different. I love that. I love that. But you're not the only one. I see a lot of people are saying, I got to get my workout in. It might be, on our Fridays, like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, go for it. I love that. So really quick, I just want to do some housekeeping things and then we're going to talk and then Healthy Spirit Podcast. You could probably, say this stuff to yourself as you're driving because this is kind of interactive. So, I'm calling these June. I'm going to try to stick to it in the month of June. I want people to, just kind of do a community check-in. And so I'm going to be asking you some questions and we're going to make a little game out of it. And so I might call on you in the chat. So I'm glad you told me, Tia, that you won't be able to participate. But I could call. No, you can't type it in. I was going to say I can ask you this to do something, but you won't be able to type it in. So you'll have to let me know if you get to a point where you can type. So let me just start off with my week. What's going on with this week? Because I'm live today, obviously, and then I'm going to be live again on Friday for the Friday Night Live, and then I'm going to be live on Saturday. So I just wanted to remind you guys because I'm never really live on Saturday unless it's a members only kind of a deal. But I'm going live with these beautiful ladies. We have myself, we have Simply Taisha, we have Lorraine from the Downsize, and we have Mel to the B. And we're going to be talking about perimenopause and menopause. We're going to be talking about all things related to that. And we're just going to be sharing our experiences with it. That's a topic that always comes up. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care if it's just a guy who's doing a live, a woman. If a woman comes in there, she's going to be talking about she's going to mention and talk about that perimenopause. So, we're all kind of going through it. And so, we want to really talk about it. So I'm looking forward to it. The best thing about that I like about our panel is that we all are coming at it from a different experience. We're all at a different point and stage in our perimenopause, menopause. So that excites me, that we're able to talk about that, and we're going to talk about it on Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's this Saturday, 7/7, or no, 6/7 at 7, right? June 7th at 7 p.m. All right, so I want to tell you guys, a lot of you that are in here have watched that video that I put out today I uploaded it, and I'm going to use the YouTube lingo. I uploaded it today, and I'm talking about my decision to titrate up. And one of the things I forgot to talk about in that video, because I don't know, I always feel like, we're family, so you already know what's going on, but I didn't really talk about the emotional issues, and I talk about it on my Sunday because I'm kind of recapping my week. But I didn't mention in that video, that I'm having emotional things going on, and that's why I didn't just titrate up already, because I was trying to give myself the time to get through the stress of everything that's going on with me in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I didn't mention that. Nobody else mentioned it in the video, in the comments. So yeah, so it could be that, I don't know, but I go to my doctor on Friday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to, I got a bunch of, tennis shoes because, I like to be comfortable at work, but I'm going to find me some heels and I'm putting them on Friday. I'm walking in there to the doctor with my DEXA scan. You guys thought I was joking. I am not joking. I'm walking in with my DEXA scan results. So I'm so excited to do that on Friday. So if you haven't caught that video, catch that video and let me know, if you were me, what would you do? Some people were like, just titrate up already, Downsizing Diva. But I feel like if I'm on here advocating for people to like work things through and make sure you're going up on the dose or coming down on the dose, if it's appropriate for you, I kind of feel like I have to practice what I preach, right? Or what I'm not really preaching, but what I'm saying on here. So that's really what I'm trying to do, like trying to work through it, right? And so yeah, so it is what it is. Somebody wrote in the comments, it was so funny. She said, he said she's saving the higher doses for a rainy day. I just thought that was so funny. I'm like, for a rainy day. And then I think Jen F came back in there. I think that was Jen, and said, I can't remember, but somebody came in there and said, something about, they hope it doesn't rain too hard or they don't have too much rain or something like that. It was clever and cute. So those comments gave me a chuckle. And I don't know if you guys know G's 101. He's a GLP-1 community member, and I knew what he was going to say. I could have written his comment in the comment section for him, because I said, this is what he's going to say. And honestly, he said that exact thing in my comments. So I thought that was super funny. So another thing I have going on is, let's see, I talked about, I have this short that I put out earlier this week, maybe the day before yesterday. And it talks about what kind of weight loss, which animal would you relate to on this GLP-1 weight loss journey, or really any weight loss journey. It doesn't have to be GLP-1. And when I tell you, I just thought that was so cute. The comments and the little emojis people are putting in the comment section, I thought that was so cute. But do you guys relate things to, like, I like to make connections with things. So I like to think of myself as like a turtle. And so that's what made me think about it, because I'm always saying slow and steady wins the race. Just don't quit. So that turtle, it was just perfect. So I just thought that was funny. So if you had not watched that short video, go and check that out and let me know, which animal are you. Now it's so ironic that Darium and Mel, you got to go back and read their comment. I'm not going to say what they did, but they kind of, they're so funny. They kind of mirror each other. It just cracks me up. I love that. So those are the things that's going on with me. So what is going on with you? We're going to do a community check-in, and then we're going to try to make this a little bit more interactive and fun. And then we're out of here for the day. Today is Wednesday. Can you believe this is June? And if you are going on that downsize cruise, you don't have that long to go. Are you packing? Are you ready? What's going on with you? Geez, 101. Did you just hear what I said about you? Okay. I say that's my brother. Okay. All right. So, All right, so let's get started with the community check-in question. So I want you guys to share with me one win. It could be big or small that you had on your journey this week. Type it in the chat. One win. It could be a big win or a small win that you had on your journey this week. Let's see. And while you guys are typing that in the chat, we had some friends come in. Well, Tia says she's not in her car. They're about to. Oh, okay. You're donating plasma. You're so awesome. You'll be home in about 15 minutes. Okay. All right. So if you could get back on, just dive into the game. Yes. Saturday's live will be epic. I hope so, Kim. I hope so. I'm so looking forward to it. Let's see. Beauties and gents, please hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button. I always forget to do that when I go in the live. I've been trying to remind myself. Thank you, Mel. Mindy said, I watched your titration video while driving, so I didn't get to comment yet. It's a difficult decision. I'm excited to hear about your doctor visit. Yes, me too, because, this is the thing. Mindy, I was eating so many carbs, and not whole food carbs, right? The quinoa, the rice, brown rice I tried to stick to, but I was eating a lot of that. You do pick up carbs, if you give up something. So if I gave up a lot of that meat, which was really just turkey and chicken, but I ate a lot of turkey and chicken products. And when I gave that up, you replace it with something, it's only so much fish you can eat, right? And nibbling, how like you could go and get like little chicken bites or something throughout your day, or maybe like turkey, or like, if you're eating like, ground turkey or whatever, you could grab a little piece of that, or whatever. It's hard to do that with fish, it's like, because I want my fish warm, hot, warmed up. So anyway, I was eating a lot of carbs. So I'm just interested to see like what's going on with this A1C, what's going on with this cholesterol. And so, and then, I've been snacking more than usual because the food noise is back. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back to this chat. Okay, so Mindy says, I'm very conservative, so I probably would hold out a little longer on titrating up. How long has this food noise cravings been going on? It's been going on for about a month and a half. About a month and a half. It started off being just like chatter, really, like a little bit here. I noticed it, and then I feel like it went from a little chatter here and there to like just over the top, which is where I'm at now. So like I said, I've had some stressful things, going on. So I'm just trying to rule that out. So real quick, let me see. We have Geraldine in here. Hey, Geraldine. She came in. I said, geez, one of one. Let's see. I have, who else? Oh, Tangi. Hey, Tangi, how are you? All right. And then I'm going to go back up to your wins. I want to know what your wins are. Okay. And everybody else I saw. Sin, how are you? How are you? Okay. So what are your wins? Miss Linda, how are you, Miss Linda? If I left somebody out, please let me know. I didn't mean to. I'm just kind of scrolling, trying to see if I see newer faces in here. What? Jeez, oh man. San said, I noticed I have a thigh gap today. LOL. Jeez, Louise. Oh my God, that is too funny. I'll probably will never have a thigh gap. Listen, let me see. Okay, now this is another non-scale victory, a shirt that I could wear. No. I'm not gonna have a thigh gap anytime soon. That is so cool. That is so cool. I love that. I was, like trying to see how wide these thighs are. Oh my goodness. I love that for you. That is where, I'm scared to give confetti because we haven't heard that one before. I'm gonna risk it because I don't know if they're gonna shut me down. It's like I think I'm being too super fancy on this StreamYard. But I had to give her some confetti for the thigh gap. I mean, who has a thigh gap? Well, people do have a thigh gap, but isn't that like one of the signs you look for? Like when you lost weight, you got that thigh gap going on. I love that. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you what my win is. You are not going to believe what I did today. That's what my win is going to be. Okay, so Sin, that is amazing. I love that. I love that for you. Mindy, she says she swam a mile after work today. You felt strong. I love that. You felt strong. Very good. Tangi worked. Oh, she used 25-pound weights in the gym. I usually do 15 or 20. Tangi, you're going to have those arms looking good. I love that. Okay. All right. Saying the thigh gap is real. I discovered mine too. You too. 2 months ago. I haven't seen that in years. LOL. I love that, Miss Linda. All right. Anybody who says the thigh gap, I got to give some confetti. How often do we hear that going on? We love it. Jeez, Louise. I love that. A thigh gap. Jeez, Louise. Now I'm going to be thinking about that thigh gap. All right. Marlene, I'm glad you came. How are you? Look how cute you are. Look at that hair. Oh gosh, I love a good profile pic. You said the food noise is real. Okay, so what I know you told us you told me on the comments, but tell everybody, what dose are you on? And have you ever thought about moving up with that food noise? Geez, Louise. I could fit into an old sweater I used to love. Okay, very good. I love that. I love that. Dee Dee, maybe that pescatarian way of eating is not the right choice for you. Think about the timing of the food noise coming back. Yes, Mindy, you're right. And I talk about that too. Like I didn't know if it was. That's why I'm waiting to go on out. And now that's why I'm waiting, and I just didn't go call my doctor and say, hey, look, I got to titrate up. I thought, well, maybe it's also because of that. I thought that was a thing too. So what I'm going to do, Mindy, is I'm waiting this week. Like this is my last stressful week, my daughter and all she has going on. And it's actually, I was thinking it was going to be more hectic than it is. And I think because, I've just been kind of planning ahead and not being so last minute with what I had to do with her, that I'm just kind of okay, right? So all right, but yeah, that's the thing. I thought so too. And then of course, Mindy, I wasn't eating as much protein. Like I don't know how people overeat fish. Like, and I just was eating fish and tuna. It's only so much fish and tuna I can eat. Okay, seeing with the thigh gap for the win. I love that. When have we seen a thigh gap? That's so funny. Hello, Lori. How are you? She says, happy Wednesday. I love it. And it looks like she has on those hoops, like she's an around the way girl with LL Cool J. I've been so busy. I was just looking. My nails don't even look pink. Well, you guys, I don't know if you can see, but they don't even look pink. This light and color is not the best. But I bought a webcam, and I just have not put it on my computer yet. Isn't that crazy? I've been so busy. Mel to the B, we have a super chat. She says, Dee Dee, we'll speak it into existence. Thou shalt have a thigh gap. Thank you for all you do, friend. Thank you. That is so funny. She's wishing that I have a thigh gap. I love it. I'm going to take that too. Anytime we say thigh gap, I got to give the confetti. Even though I don't have one yet, we're going to wish that in. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So let's see. What are your wins? So but what dosage are you on again, Marlene? So you've been on almost so a year. Is this your year anniversary? 6/24. Jeez, Louise. Oh my goodness, 6/24. So you're into your year. I don't know what day it is. This is early June. And I'm not quite 7 months. Like, I talked about I've been on 10 milligrams for 7 months. Really, this is entering my 7th month. So technically, my 7th month is until the end of June, right? So I'm still 6 months technically on that 10 milligrams. If that makes a difference, I don't think it does. Some days, but okay. So I skipped down. Did anybody tell us about some victories that I skipped down to? Mel says, King Darian, come out of the bushes, my friend. Oh, that is too funny. Okay, so what's Felicia says she could fit into that old sweater. Thank you, Mindy, for that. Jolene says, I went to the ER to remove a painful cyst on my wrist, but the doctor scheduled me for 6/10 with the orthopedic surgeon. Right, and that is on Tuesday. So we're going to be sending prayers your way, and hopefully, so you went to the ER and then they rescheduled you. I wonder, because is it because it was they were going to have to do a surgery to take it off? Not a surgery. I don't know if is that an outpatient procedure? It sounds like it would be. But I hope you're doing okay with that. That still would be stressful to have. You got to wait till what's today? The 4th. Hey, you got to wait 6 more days. I don't like that though. Jeez, Louise. Mindy, I was thinking that diet might not be right either. Yes, yes, yeah, I thought about that for sure. Jerlene, so your win is your clothes are fitting very loose. Very good. I love that. Mary says, I'm on Zepbound 10 for a couple of months. My shot day is Thursdays, but it's always Tuesday at night that you feel really hungry. Right, because that's a couple days before. Now, who is this beautiful lady? Is this your granddaughter in the pic? It's super cute. It's giving me like Marsha Brady, but a little bit cuter. Even though Marsha Brady, do you know who Marsha Brady is? Marsha Brady was cute. Bellflower says, walking through my daughter's new high school today. Good for you. And climbing the steps and bleachers, and you were not winded. Yes. What a great non-skill victory. I love that. I can only imagine. And nowadays, these high schools are huge. So I can't even imagine how you're feeling. So the people that are just coming in, please let us know. We want to know what's one big or small win you have had this week on your journey. And then, we're going to talk about more stuff, but we're going to start off with the positives. Par says A1C was 10.7 when you started Mounjaro 1 month ago. You lost 10 pounds. Your blood sugar average was 120. And now you started walking 2 miles per day. And I'm sure that inflammation being gone, I bet, from this Mounjaro probably has really helped you be able to get it moving like that, to move your body. I love that. Very good. Do you know what your A1C is now? Your A1C was 10.7. I wonder how much 10 pounds and walking 2 miles a day. Well, you might not know if it was just a month ago. I bet you your A1C is down. I really do. Paula, look how beautiful you are. Look at that lipstick. You got that lipstick popping. I love it. Very cool. So Paula, tell us a win, something that went well for you. Something that went well for you on your journey, your Zepbound, Mounjaro, Ozempic, or Wegovy journey this week. Okay, so you still on 2.5. Okay, very good. Very good. Journey offline. Hey, girl. I love that. Very cool. Okay, what do you say, Miss? And then we have to go. Mel gave us a super chat, and she's wishing I wish I could say I had a thigh gap, but no, that's going to be one of my goals. Miss Linda said, I have been eating salmon since the last chat. I remember that. Food struggle is on hold for now. I'm eating better at the moment. That's my win. I also purchased the protein powder Taisha drinks. Thanks. Very good. Very good. I love that. All right. So you're eating that. So are you feeling less fatigued since you're eating a little bit more, Linda? Miss Linda? I was going to say Linda's Journey. Check out her channel, Linda's Journey, too. Before I forget, we do have some content creators in here. We have, when I get to them, I'll highlight it. Wait, let me scroll down. So you said you're considering going up to 5 milligrams this month. Okay. All right. What's making you consider? Do you think it's time because it's been, 4 weeks, a month or however long, or, do you think you will see more weight loss? Like, what's the reason why? I know it's a starter dose, but I'm just wondering if there's another reason why. You started on 2.5 par. Now on 5 milligrams. Seems like I'm getting less food suppression on the 5 milligrams. I felt that way too when I went up to 5. But you know what? I hope you're keeping track of, like, it would be helpful for you to go back and reflect if you keep track week to week, because I did. And I thought 5 was my worst dosage. And I went back and looked and wrote it all down and put it month by month in a calendar and organized it and put it in a spreadsheet. And what I discovered was, actually, I did the best on 5 milligrams. I thought my biggest loss besides March was on 5 milligrams in June. And I did not know that. I was telling people, 5 didn't do so hot for me. So I guess in my mind, I didn't think so. But according to the scale, the scale moved the most when I was on 5 in 1 month. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you might want to keep track. I don't know if you're keeping track. Um, can I get a little bit of that too? Okay, so I'm only 10 pounds away from my goal. Your goal is 145. Oh my gosh. Good job. You've been working it out. I love that. Paula says, thank you so much, Dee Dee. That's an old photo, LOL. I have lowered my A1C from 6.8 to 5. Wow. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. All right. We gotta give some confetti. Jeez Louise. Don't kick me out, StreamYard. Yay, Paula. Yes, yes, yes. I love that for you. Very good. You are doing great. I love that. And the A1C is a big thing for me. So that's also another thing. I don't think I talked about in that video. But depending on what happens with my A1C, my doctor, I might be in there saying, I don't want to go down, and she might be saying, but your A1C needs you to go up. So, Paula, thank you for the super chat. Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. Thank you. Here, let's give you a big thank you. This is so cute to me. That does not get old. I love hearing that music, that little stamp. Okay, so Jerlene, you're another one that says your clothes are fitting looser. Okay, I love that. Very good. Did I already say that? I might have said that already. I scrolled back. Let's see. We got mail to the B. Okay, I don't know why it sends me back. Okay, so Kim says, faced a fear last night. Yes. Also, I found out I could sit comfortably Indian style. Yes, that's with your legs crossed, right? Yeah. So Kim J went live last night and she did a great job. She was so afraid to go live. And, I want to say not this past Sunday, the Sunday before live, when I talked about how, that's great that you're doing it with She Is Tamika, but I kept saying, you need to do it by yourself. I hope I didn't stress her out because, yeah, I really think people should do it at their own comfort if that's what they want to do. But, it's like I tell my students, like, once you face that fear, and, we all have fears, right? So you could be giving me this advice, Kim, one day. But once you face your fears, you realize, like, I could do this, right? So now, you're tiptoeing. Then pretty soon you're just going to be running with it. I love that. Very good. Let's give her some confetti. I think facing the fear is awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Awesome. It is awesome. Love it. Okay. And Kim J's Sweet Healthy Life. She is a content creator. And if you want some yummy food ideas to try high in protein, check out her channel. And I'm still thinking about those French toast. That's because I got food noise, Kim. And you're making videos with that great French toast. But I got to get some of that French toast like between now and I don't know when. It's just on my mind. Well, maybe if I get to 12 and a half, I won't even think about it. So Marlene says, not sure if it's worth changing the dose now. Yes, you know what? I would wait until you're not losing. If you could do that, unless you got like me, food noise and cravings, and you feel like, you're one little snack away from and going off course. So I would, but you have to do what you think is right for your body. People are saying congratulations to you. By the way, my profile pic is at least 9 years old. That's okay. I love it. 9 years old. It doesn't matter. It's still cute. The thigh gap loading. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Hey, everybody. How's everyone's journey going this week? We got this. Yes. And we're talking about, so what's a win for you this week, Paul? What's one win you've had? Bobby says, hey, everyone. Bobby and Healthy Kitchen Wizard, tell us a win you've had this week. And we got to start. It's so many people. We're going to have to skip some of these and go back. We're going to play our game, and then maybe we'll go back if we have time. Marlene said, I have so many clothes to get rid of because I don't plan on going back up to a size 1X to 2X. I'm finally fitting comfortable in a size 12. Yes. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And I'm going to tell you guys I'm trying to wait till the non-scale victories go out. I did something I can't believe I did today. Geraldine, she says, is it a ganglion cyst? Yes, it has to be handled by a surgeon. I've had 2 removed. Okay. Aw, okay. I figured it must have been for them to reschedule it. Let's see. Did I skip somebody's? I hope not. Oh, it's your senior. It's your senior picture. Wait a minute. Let me click on this. What? Look at me. Oh my goodness. I love it. Look how cute you are. I thought that was your granddaughter. Love it. You are switch your profile pic in a heartbeat. I have bags of clothes to donate too, Paula. And I told my daughter today, I have a pile to um, you know, um, I have 3 piles to actually donate. And I was going to have like one of those services that comes to your house and get them. Cause I take my stuff to the Goodwill and people are telling me they resell it and only a percentage goes to like the homeless or, the people in need. And so that makes me want to like choose something else, but I don't know. My heart is in the right place for sure. A1C has lowered 1.1. You're now at 5.5. Oh, Kim, that is amazing. When you come from 15 down to 5, you went 10 points down. Jeez, Louise, that is like excellent, 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 excellent. We got to give her some confetti. Yes, yes, yes. We love that. That is so awesome, Kim. All right, so let's see what else. Anybody else? She says, "Thank you so much, Dee Dee. That's an old photo. I have lowered my." I think I read that. My win is that I posted a video. Oh, my win is video I posted a few days ago has 1.9K views, and I think a lot of folks came over from your Sunday live. Yay! I love that. And Healthy Spirit Podcast has a channel. And you know what? I've watched both of your latest 2 videos, but I was in motion, so I didn't go back and comment yet. One of them you even mentioned one of the games we play here, and I heard it and listened, but I wasn't able to go back and comment. So that's great. I know. Don't you feel good? That's like great. People are watching that video and it's doing well for you. I love that. Thank you for sharing your story. We love it. And I know you're a busy lady, so I don't know how you're fitting it in either. Geraldine is saying congratulations. Paul is saying hello. Congratulations on your A1C. Like, wow, it is awesome. Hi Linda. How do you like the protein powder? That Taisha, you use that. You're not talking about the peanut butter protein? Are you talking about that, Miss Linda? I'm not sure. Congrats to all on your non-scale victories and your scale victories. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's see. Marlene says she's considering the 5 milligrams to get her goal weight of 145. However, I've been on the 2.5 since the beginning. Currently not losing a significant amount of weight like the beginning. We'll see my doctor soon. All right, very good. Very good. So let me go back to that. Okay, so when you see your doctor, I would talk to your doctor about it, and let me know. Let me know if you titrate up. Leave me a comment in the comment section, or you catch me on a live or on any video, and just let me know. Kim J, you're a star. She is a star. She is a star. I love that. Thank you. Everyone's saying thank you. Okay, so let's get into the game of it all because I don't see any more. I got to put this up. She says community support. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I love that. Okay. And Geraldine says she's donating her clothes to the battered women's shelter. Yes. And I wanted to date. What is that called? What's that organization called that people who have been through domestic abuse and escaped and then they start, it's like to work. It's something about working. I donated to them a long time ago. What is that called? Does anybody know that organization? You donate clothes and the clothes go, because a lot of the clothes look professional. And the clothes go to, women who are seeking job opportunities and starting over, right? So what is that called? Does anybody know? I know they have them in all different cities and states. Let's see. Geraldine says, yes, Healthy Spirit Podcast. I came to visit you. Very good. Very good. Spread the love. Okay, you give yours to big brothers and big sis. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So let's just play this game. So let me put this game up and then we'll come back to the questions if we have time or save it for next week. We'll see what we're going to do. So this is the game. I'm going to call on some of you. And if you want to pass, like if you don't answer, I'm just going to figure you're stepped out or don't want to answer. And it's not a question. You just have to pick. So this game is called Truth, Struggle, or a Win. So truth, struggle, or win. So when I call you on your name, and you want to say pass, you can pass, or you want to pass it to somebody else, we could do that. It could be like basketball up in here. So I'm going to say truth, struggle, or win. And those are one of the things you could pick. So if I call your name and I say like, who seems like they're listening to me now? Dress for Success. Yes, Bobby, that's what it is. Dress for Success. That's really what I want to give my clothes to because they're very like professional. Like they got a professional look to them. If I had some little shorts in there though, they could work that out too. But I want to give those to Dress for Success. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But I had said I was going to take the 3 bags I have on Sunday, but Dress for Success is not open here on Sunday. So I'm like, oh, thank you, Real Journal Talk with V. Hello, welcome. Yeah, we got to check all that out. So anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. I looked over there and I saw Bobby said Dress for Success. While I'm at it, Bobby is a content creator as well, and she switched from Wegovy to Zepbound and to Zepatide, right? Semaglutide to actually the branded Zepbound, and so you got to go over there and check out her story behind something she just here recently did. And I'm not going to give it away, but it's a cute little story. If you want to go over to her channel, she talks about it in there. And she also put it on her community post too. So you want to go watch her video. I think that's so cool. We also have Real Journal Talk with V. Healthy, go check out her channel, see if you're interested. If you are, subscribe to follow her journey. We also have Linda's journey in here. Very good. Linda was over there making lots of cool smoothies. Like I even go back. I said I'm gonna go back and get some of your smoothie recipes from back when you were doing it often. I need some new ideas. So you said yes, the peanut butter protein is from Kroger's. You added peanut powder and vanilla skinny syrup, and you poured it over ice. All right, very good. I love that. All right. Bobby says yes. Okay, I thought so. Who else is in here? I talked about Kim. I talked about Tia, Healthy Spirit Podcast. Okay, so all right. So this is how we play Dress for Success. Yes, a lot of people came in with that Dress for Success. All right, so I'm starting off with this person. So I hope she's listening. Male to the B. I'm going to start with you, my friend. Where is Male to the B? Okay. So Male, you have to pick a category, and that's what the question's going to be based on the category you pick. So are you going with Male? Are you picking a truth, a struggle, or a win? Put it in the chat. Which one do you want? Truth, struggle, or a win? Oh, ooh, of course you want truth. Okay, so Mel says truth. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see some guys are in here, so this is why I had to rethink my question. I had my question, but I had to rethink it. Okay, so this is to everybody. What is something, this is the truth. You have to tell this is your true answer. What is something now being on your GLP-1 journey, what is something now that you did not know when you started? What is something on your GLP-1 journey that you did not know, but you know now that you would, share with somebody? I'm trying to think, what is mine? What I do know now is that you don't have to titrate up every 4 weeks. That's my truth. That's something that's my truth. Ooh, Tanya, that's a good one. That's a good one. I got some more too. Let me see. Let me write that. I don't want to repeat my question. All right. What's the truth? Anybody else that have a truth about this journey? Something you wish that you had, something you know now that you wish you would have known at the beginning. Ew. If you're a new person watching this on replay, these are great insights for people who know what they're talking about, based on experience, right? Because we're not doctors, but we do have some great experience in here. Okay, so Mel, that's a good one. Okay, so let's see. Okay, mine was that you don't have to titrate up every 4 weeks. That's what we thought at the beginning. Tanya, she says sleep is important. You are 100% correct. And that's something that I'm still working at. I refer to my vision board on here quite often. And I haven't in a while though, but quite often I see it every day. And one of the things I'm working on is getting that sleep in. And I don't know if some of you, if you were up late last night, you saw me liking stuff and making comments. So I didn't get all the sleep I needed to get last night, but that's okay. Because right after this live, guess what I'm doing? I'm taking my injection and I'm going to bed. I am. I plan to. So Bellflower, this is my weight loss twin, one of my weight loss twins. Sandra is the other one. Bellflower says that they actually work. The GLP-1 medications work. Yes. That I had to put in the hard work. Geraldine, we were giving out a touchdown. That's a touchdown answer. You are so right. And I think that's the biggest misconception, honestly, that you're automatically going to, just well, let me not say, because somebody might have put this in the chat. I'm not going to say what the other one is, but I think that's probably one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one. Protein is important. Yes, Lakeisha. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Fiber is also important. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. That building muscle makes you look sexy, not bulky. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. I love that. And, we're working on... starting out, at those lower doses, but building yourself up. I feel like I need some water. But starting off at those lower doses and then lower pounds with the, weight, and then building yourself up. Because I started with 3s, 5s, and I went to 8s, and I'm on 10s, and I could probably even go higher than that, but I don't have any higher. Just to push it a little bit more. But so that's a real thing. Very good. I know now that I've had food noise my whole life. Bobby. Yes, right. We didn't know what you call it, but it wasn't whoever had started that term. Good for you. Good for you. Because you have, and I'm not a label person. I feel like everything has to be labeled. That's a label that I'm buying into. Bobby, if we're giving out touchdowns, everybody's giving out touchdowns, but that's so profound. Yes, because it makes you think back. Of course you would be that reflective, but it really makes you think back to way before your journey even started. Really what you were doing before that. You guys are awesome. How addicted I was to sugar. Yes, yes, yes. Isn't that so funny? And sugar is in everything. Everything is sweetened with something. If it's not real sugar, it's a sugar substitute. Also, yes, fiber is important. Now, can you guys tell me how much fiber are you guys getting in? How much fiber should we be getting, and how much fiber are you actually getting? I needed to exercise from day one. I've lost so much muscle and I have saggy skin. Okay, so you could just tell from, just the saggy skin and that you don't have the muscle. All right, so let that be a lesson to any newbie out there. This is somebody who tells you from day one she would have exercised. I will like to say here though, because this has been true for me. And when I was when I started, I was 300 and some pounds. It was hard to work out. Now I used to see people sitting in those. Have you ever saw yoga chair yoga in the chair? I would see people in those yoga chairs, and I would say I could do that, but really I didn't want to. I was just so tired. And then taking this medication, when your body is first get used to it. I don't know about you guys, but I was tired. And when I would get a pep in my step, it'd be like midnight or like, 3 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't go back to sleep from going to the restroom. So I say all that to say sometimes people are so heavy that they have a hard time with that exercising. But I would say, do the chair exercises. So what I eventually did was I started doing just like simple things. Like I would get up on my, get out the bed, and I would do sit-ups. Like I would lay back on my bed doing sit-ups. I would, do the punches, go back and forth either side. And I would have a spot on the wall in my corner where I would do, boxing punches. And it was twisting my belly. And then I would do leg lifts. I would get out of the bed, do the leg lifts. And then I would do push-ups. And I would do them on my bedpost. And I really think that that's what, preserve the muscle, but the muscle mass and the bone density I have going on. And here I thought that wasn't really helping because I thought, I'm not really sweating a whole lot. I'm not really, I don't feel like super tired when I'm done. I mean, I was starting to feel sore, especially my arms. But it was doing something. So that little bit, and I just did what I could do. And then I, obviously worked my way up. But I do realize, though, people are heavy, and then you just don't feel like it. And just think, like, where I'm at now, I'm at 230. What am I at? 234.8, I think. Some people are starting where I'm at. Some people are just starting where I'm at. So if people are just starting where I'm at, just imagine, how I was feeling all those pounds, 71 pounds ago. So, but, I just say, put one foot in front of the other, do a little something. I'm one of those people who also thought like, 5 minutes doing these sit-ups is not gonna, that's what I thought at first. It's not gonna do anything. But just like everything else we know adds up, so does the exercise. It adds up. So does taking those extra steps, they add up. So I just had to add that in there because I know somebody's probably out there watching who is, they might be inflammation free and feeling a little bit better with their knees, but they still don't have that energy, effort, desire to work out. And I would just say, even just sitting at your seat and just doing some on the commercial breaks, if you got commercial breaks, or, a favorite part of your seat, your favorite, part of your program, it goes off and, in between, your little ads or whatever, however you work it out for yourself. I would just incorporate it. So, yeah, thank you for letting me go off on that tangent. Well, okay, what else did you guys say? We have a super chat, Geraldine. So appreciative of this community. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I am too. I think it's great. Geraldine, great ideas, great strategies. Like, geez, Louise, I'm so impressed. Okay, let me go back up and see what you guys are. Okay, so we talked about the fiber. I love this, Marlene. She talked about exercise, and Mary says protein, protein, protein. Anybody want to let us know in the chat how much protein are you getting in? Felicia says protein too. I found myself stalling from eating protein shakes and bars. I stopped it and down a pound when I was stuck going up and down the same few pounds. Yes, 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 yes. And I think a lot of times people are replacing those protein bars for snacks, right? And I really think you should be, and this is just my opinion, I'm not an expert at all, but I was doing that. So I'm talking about my experience too. I feel like when I stopped doing that with the shakes and the bars and started using it as like to help me get my protein in, as opposed to I want something sweet, let me have this protein bar, because I was eating 2 sometimes a day. That really changed, my weight loss too. So I think, you live and learn, and when you know better, you do better. When you get stuck on that scale, you do better to get yourself unstuck. Thanks for sharing that. Hey everyone, lost track of time with these people yelling at me. Oh, sorry about that. Thanks for coming in. I would have worked harder to eat more in the beginning to avoid your hair shedding. Yes, 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 yes. That is so true. Thank you for sharing that. Jerlene says truth. Yes. Healthy Spirit Podcast, Tia says, I wish I knew sooner. Saying yes doesn't mean you are weak. So true. So true. And Tia, I just told somebody, this is some a parent for the PTA wanted me to do something for my daughter's school. And it's something I would need to do probably today or tomorrow, would have needed to do it. And I said no. And I gave him a reason why, but I just said, I'm busy, I have a lot going on, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Now they know, I think they know, like the school had been out for me. And I thought to myself, my old self would have worried about that, I said no, and I'm hurting somebody's feelings, and, or I could do it. And now I just said no, and I'm good with it. No, and I mean, I really meant that. Like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. My daughter wanted me to come to field day at her school, and that's like being outside. And I already had like an appointment, so I would have had to reschedule. But I just thought I don't want to do that. Like field day is not something I'm going to do. So tomorrow it's going to be her day. I'm not live. She's going to have her little graduation ceremony. We're going to go have lunch. We're going to get my dad. It's just going to be her and I, easy peasy tomorrow. But I thought, I'm not going to feel guilty about doing things I don't want to do. If I don't want to do it, I'm just not. I'm not. And I'm feeling good about that. Drinking water is so important. I didn't know that before. I wasn't drinking water. You wasn't a water drinker at all. Wow, very good. And you know what? Water. And I will say to you guys, I see a lot of people, adding things to their water. I'm one of those people that always drink the water. I love water. That's my, that would be that, and lemonade is my drink of choice, but I don't buy anything else because I don't want to be tempted here. And when I do, it's like some things I, might buy something for my daughter once in a while. I just think to myself, why did I buy that? But so anyway, I see people putting things in their water because I know some people just have a hard time drinking it. And I would say, if you're drinking 64 ounces of water, just make a goal, like at least 8 ounces of that to start off. I was going to say 32, but some people need 8. And I would just say, half of that or a quarter of that, or, 1 cup of that, 64 ounces, if you're at least getting in 64, just make it pure water. Maybe add a squirt of lemon. That's not going to change anything, but adding like that 7-Up and that Crystal Light and everything people are adding, it's okay, but I just think you can't beat the pure water unless you just can't drink. I mean, some people just can't drink that water. I don't care what they do. And I feel for you, but if you're one of those people that can and just kind of break it up a little bit, I think you should. I think your kidneys are going to love you if nothing else. Eating a certain amount of calories would seem like a chore at times. Yes, yes, yes. You are so right, Kim. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Well, not for me lately. But yeah, you're right. For the people who are, that dose is working for you, you're having a hard time. I did not know I wouldn't lose as fast as I thought. Yes, I'm also with that too. When I got on here, I thought, oh gosh, in a year, I'm going to be at my goal. In 6 months, I'm going to be halfway through. And a lot of us are finding out, you might lose fast at first, and then eventually it tapers off, right? Doesn't it taper off? And then that's why I say, your persistence, your dedication, your motivation, it's going to kick in for you. Those are the times it's kicking in. Because sometimes when I say that, I think people are like, yeah, Downsizing Diva, it's the medication. It is, but let's face it, for a lot of us, the medication is not in full force from, your first injection to your next injection. Sometimes a lot of us, it weans off. And then, that's when I say your decisions kick in. Or I'm one of those people on Sunday, I, open up my menu a little bit wider and I allow myself to have something that I really like. And when I do that, when I allow myself to have something I really like, I'm kind of balancing out my calories to a higher end with some of those lower days. And so, so I will say, when I'm allowing myself to do that, I think that's fine. I think that we could do that. I think that we could allow ourselves to have that little bit of a break with the calories and have a little something that we want. And, sometimes I think like, gosh, is that going to slow me down? But, in actuality, I think we have to, like, learn how to eat on this, right? Eat on this plan. And those are the days when I could eat a whole thing of, I allow myself to have some French fries. Those are the days where I can eat the whole box of fries. And a lot of times I don't. And it's not because I can't. I just was like, no, I just don't want to, right? So that's my choice. That's not really the medication telling me not to do it. At least that's what I'm thinking. Oh my goodness. That I would be itching at all, especially not 8 months. Itchy red spots. Yes, I find that interesting that people are itching, have the itchiness. I know I know her Ange's name, but I always get her channel name confused. Zepbound Journey with Ange. She was having those too. So Paula is eating 30 grams of protein, 45 grams daily. Oh, no, not protein. I was going to say, you're behind. This is fiber. Sorry. So 30 grams of fiber, 45 grams of fiber, 25 grams of fiber. And it's a struggle. I'm with you, Tammy. Wow, these are some on point answers. Yes, these ladies are doing it. 20 to 25 grams, 25 to 45 grams. I get 25 to 40 daily. Recommendation for women is 25 to 30. Yes. Lakeisha is doing it with that 45. I get around 20. I believe I need 20 to 25 to 30. Yes. Beverly, we are talking about our wins. Now we're talking about, we're playing a little bit of a game. So I'm going to call on somebody else because, let's see. And thank you again, Jolene, for the super chat. I'm going to call on somebody else. You all are the best for sure. Yeah, so I'm going to call on somebody else. So let's see. People are saying hello to Darium. Okay, I'm going for the comments. Little movement works. Daily exercise only counts for something like 10% of your daily calorie expenditure. I love exercise, but it's the little things that add up for sure. Yes, and I learned that. And it really, when I got my DEXA scan results, here, DEXA scan again, I'm talking about it, but that's what I really realized, that little stuff I was doing that I wasn't counting and didn't think it was putting a big dent in anything, it was really doing something. So that's very good. So this is the protein we're getting in. So Real Journal Talk with V says 100 grams. Darium's in the house, I hear. Kim upped her game. She said 90 to 100 grams on average per day. I love that. 122 grams says Mary is getting like 60 in just for breakfast, right? Good job, Mary. I remember that. Start where you are. Yes, that's another good one, Tia. 120 plus grams per day. Marlene says at least 60 grams. And Marlene, I would up that 20 more grams if you could fit that in. Because they say the least amount you should get is 80. So if you add a little bit something to that, you're gonna be right there. 120 to 130 says Mel. 145 to 165. 100 grams of protein. I get in 120. Geez, Louise, average 150. What you're doing heavy strength training daily. Okay, very good. 90 to 110 grams. Okay, very good. You guys are all in great shape. Marlene, I had a baby and couldn't get under 209 after, and I'm 5'1". I didn't keto and are you trying to say I did keto and got down to 185? So I started walking and lost another 5. And that took me 2 years. And I decided to do tirzepatide. So this is why it upsets me, but I feel like it's like bariatric surgery, though. I was going to say, this is why it upsets me that in order for people to get tirzepatide or to get that prescription for Zepbound, or, it's not as hard with Mounjaro because you're a type 2 diabetic in the States. That's how we do it here. But, I think to have people jumping through hoops to, then get the medication, like try Wegovy first, try this first, try Saxenda first, exercise and diet, change your life. And haven't people been doing that their whole lives? It's like, geez, we've been doing that our whole lives. But I think what they're trying to do with this medication, and you heard it here first, or maybe you heard it somewhere else. I don't know. But I really think that they're trying to make this medication like they do if you're having a bariatric surgery, right? Because there is no dispute. It doesn't matter. Now, you could tell me different, but I know people in a lot of different states that have had that surgery, and everybody says the same thing. You have to lose a certain amount of weight, and you have to get counseling before you're allowed to do it. Now, we might be thinking, well, this is not surgery. This is kind of just an injection, or in some cases a pill, right? But I think because they know it's so life-changing and it's so powerful and it works, that they're going to make you jump through hoops to get it. And so I think that that's where it's going. I don't think it's going to get better. I think they're going to tighten it up even more. And I think it's going to be something like it is, which for a lot of people it is already. To get this medication, it's going to be like you would, they're going to start adding on that whole therapy piece to it. It's going to be a whole big to-do behind it. And especially as they release these other ones, I really do think it's going to be some kind of, we only think the reform is related to the price of it. I think some of the changes are also going to be related to how these insurance companies are allowing people to be on it or not. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Let's see. This is 6/4/2025. So we'll see if, my prediction is going to come true one of these days. We don't know. Okay, thanks for sharing that. You went from 180 and now you're 165. Oh my goodness. Let's give you some confetti. Confetti. That is so awesome. Good gracious. You guys are doing it and doing it, doing it and doing it and doing it well. I love that. Okay. Okay, wait a second. I'm skipping it. I'm just going to the comments related to this. I thought protein had to be a goal weight multiplied by 0.8. Yes, there's so many different ways to do the protein. And I use that 0.8 calculation, but a lot of people, you can go as low as 0.6. But the more they really say like 30 grams per meal. Like, so if you're eating 3 meals a day, that's 90, right? And the bare minimum they want you to have is 80. But I feel like it's a window in there. So if you're strength training, you should shoot higher, towards that 150 where Tia is. And she said she's lifted heavy weights. My goal is to get to 140. That's just a long distance goal. I feel like I'm running in slow motion, and every time I get close, it turns back around and goes the other direction because I haven't been able to get that 140 yet. But that's my goal, to get to the 140. But as long as I feel like as long as I get between 100 and 140, but every time I think about my hair shedding, I just want to go and grab some protein. Because that's one of the things that's going to help, with keeping that hair from shedding and keeping the skin looking good and the nails and all of that. So, we got to work this weight loss journey. It's just not easy peasy. You can't just kick your feet up. You gotta be on it. So Mel says, healthy spirit, yes. NEAT activity is where it's at. If you know, you know. All right, so we don't know. So tell us in the chat. Tell us about this NEAT. All right, so let's go. So Marlene also has itching at the site. It's bothersome, but it goes away in a few days. Okay. Journey, it depends on the individual circumstances. You have chronic kidney disease. A patient may not be able to get that 0.8 protein. It may be too much for your kidneys. That's very true. That's very true. Journey, ask your healthcare team. She said, okay, I will up my protein to 80 milligrams. Yes. And you see your doctor. So I would talk to your doctor about it too, because you're seeing your doctor in the next couple of days, you said. So that would be good. All right, so we're going to go to another person. Let's see. I see, let's see. Good evening, Miss Sharon from Canada. Yes, yes, yes. Here she is. Oh my gosh, you left me such a great comment. I want to ask you too, Miss Sharon. I want to talk about your comment in my video. Is that okay? And you can say no, because I don't have to put your name up there. It could be anonymous. But now like 49 people know. that are watching. But I mean, it could be anonymous, but I just thought it was such a great comment. I wanted to share it. So, but if you say no, then it is no. Um, let's see. So Marlene says the medication is super expensive and the insurance companies are looking at cost versus patient health. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, and that's what they do, right? That's what they do. We talked about this one of these days on my live. It's a live video. We talked about the PBMs and what that meant, and how they operated, and how they basically control the pricing of these medications. So, and it's all about money for them. It's not about, Miss Marlene's gonna lose more weight if she's on Zepbound versus Wegovy. They're not thinking about that at all. Okay, all right. All right. Did we say hi to Miss Sharon? I think I passed her. Did I get to her name? Okay, she said that's okay. Okay, thank you. Very good. All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate you. We love that. People are welcoming Miss Sharon from Canada. We love that. Journey of life, the amount of protein also depends on your size. For instance, if you are 400 pounds, you can't possibly get in 0.8 of your weight of that protein. In those cases, it's said to use your ideal weight. Yes. And, it kind of went back with ideal weight, goal weight. I don't know if Mayor Mindy's in here, but Mayor Mindy also talks about this, your ideal weight versus your goal weight. So it's just, that's why I say you really should be working with a healthcare professional. And if your doctor has no clue, because a lot of these doctors aren't trained with the nutrition part of it, then see if you could talk to a nutritionist or a dietitian to help you set those protein goals. Yeah, because, you don't want to have me telling you to eat, but I'm just saying this is what I'm just telling you what the science says. I'm not telling you what Downsizing Diva says. Okay. So I'm going to be calling on somebody else. Journey of life. We just read that. Your goal weight is 145.8 would be 116 grams of protein per day. I need a good menu to get that. Yes, or you could use 0.6. You could use 0.6. But if you're strength training, you just talked about losing muscle. That's another way. And like that loose skin. Now, once your skin is loose, I'm not even going to try to fool you and have you thinking that it's going to snap back. Maybe some of it will, but a little bit of it will, but a lot of it won't. But let's just move forward from here, and I would at least get that 0.6. Like if you could just eat 116, you're at 80, so you don't have, you're at 60, so you got a lot to move up. So I would add the 80 if your doctor says this is okay. I would even start with 10. Like maybe for a week you add 10 more grams of protein, and then you move up to the 80, then you move up to the 90. And it's going to be harder probably as you titrate up. But you could do like Mary. I don't know, Mary, can you put your breakfast in this chat where you're getting 50 grams of protein, 60 grams of protein and for breakfast? I know some of the things you said, but if you could put that in there, that might help her out. Because already, if you could eat what Mary's eating in the morning, you're already at your 60. I mean, we got to get this girl that Mary, we got to get Marlene, we got to get her going. That would be her 60 with just your breakfast. How about that? I love that. Marlene, I'm trying to build muscle, so I eat one time my ideal weight, which is my current weight. Okay. All right. Very good. Agreed, Marlene. That's that bothersome spot. You guys are talking about the shots. Marlene, she's trying to build her muscle. Marlene asked ChatGPT to help you plan a meal. Yes. Is it better? It's just business bottom line for them. It is. It's unfortunate, but it is. All right, Meal to the B. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis needs. I love it. Non-exercise activity. So I'm neat. Neat was my friend before I knew it was a friendship blossoming. Thank you for your time. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I can't remember what my comment was that you wanted to share. Okay, I'll send you you'll get a notification from me. I'll send it so you'll know. I'll go to the comment. So you can see it. Okay, so now I need to call on a different person. So I called on male. So you have to pick between these categories. So male pick truth. So don't pick a truth now because we've already done truth. So do either a struggle or a win as your category. And you know what? I do have a spinner with these things on there, but I couldn't get it to show on here and stop. Like it comes up as a like an animated GIF, but it wouldn't do it quite right. So I'm going to work on doing that, getting that spinner going. But okay, so who can I call on? Who can I call on? Either a struggle or a win. How about Miss Paula? Is she still in the house? Is Paula in the house? Is Paula in the house? Paula, if you're still here, put struggle or win in the chat. Now, we kind of did wins already too, but that's okay. If you choose win, we're going to have some more wins. Is she here? Is she still here? Maybe she left. We're going to give Paula a few more seconds. If not, I'm going to go to my next person. She said, I knew I knew Mail to the B would know. I just missed that comment. Thanks. Never mind. I see it. Okay. All right. Well, Paula may have left, so we're going to go to Miss Geraldine. Miss Geraldine, are you here? Are you here? We want to put struggle. Do you want us to do a struggle we're having, or do you want us to do a win we're having? No, she just is picking the category. I'm just giving the questions out. What's the category? Is either she want us to do a struggle or a win. Miss Geraldine, is she here? Let's see. Mary said, okay. Where is Marlene? Okay, Geraldine wants us to do a win. Okay. So get your wins together for Miss Geraldine. I'm going to ask a question about a win. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is Marlene. Here's what you can do. Pure protein bar. The calories is 120, 20 grams of protein. Premier protein caramel with collagen and 2 scoops of Premier vanilla protein powder. That's 90 grams of protein by lunch. I just imagine Mary with her heels kicked up, drinking that Premier protein, fabulous shake she has, and feeling like I can't eat a thing else because I've already gotten in my protein for the day by lunch. Marlene, are you taking a screenshot of this? Where are you? Anybody out there who needs ideas on what to eat or what to do to get that protein in? Here we go. Now, is that filling you up? Does that fill you up? I wonder. I'm going to screenshot this baby. Okay. Mary. Okay, very good. All right. It's worth researching. Okay, so Jerlene told us she wants us to do the win. Sorry, my calculation says 33 grams of protein in the coffee without the collagen. It's 23 grams of protein. Okay. Without the collagen. Okay. All right, Beverly, I do that. I use protein milk plus protein powder and high protein coffee. It's almost 60 grams of protein. All right, Miss Marlene, are you getting all this? I'm about to. I'm halfway done with Who Moved My Cheese, then I'm on it. Miss Sharon says, I'm on 5 milligrams and nothing so far. I'm feeling defeated. 2.5 did nothing for me either. I know you, I wanted to know what dose you lost the most with. All right, so let's help her out. Let's help Miss Sharon out. What can she do to get that scale moving again or at all, right? Because she's 2.5. She said it did nothing for her. And now she's on 5. So on 2.5, I did okay. I mean, my weight loss has been so slow and steady. I'm thinking about it for the month. My highest month of weight loss was I shouldn't say only. That's not a word we want to use around here. It was 9 pounds. And I say only because I know people have lost 10, 15, 12. I've never gotten in the double digits yet on this journey in a month. But like I say, because I haven't given up, I'm slow and steady over time. That's how I got to that 71 pounds. So you might be a slow responder. You might be someone like, are you doing all the things? I guess we should start there. Are you tracking your calories? You might have to do all the things to get that scale moving. So you're on 5. You haven't had a thing happen yet. I don't know if you're on week 1, 2, 3. I think you're on week 1 of 5 because I want to say you said you were just starting a 5. So if you're on week 1 of 5, I would just see what how many calories you're getting in, because I think people think like, I'm not really eating, I should be losing weight. Sometimes your body might be one of those bodies that wants to hold on to, the fat, that wants to hold on to water and retain things because you're not giving it enough nutrients. So it could be that. So I would track what you're doing. I would drink lots of water to get things moving. I would make sure you get your protein in first. Do those basic things and get some sleep. Like those 3 things should get you going. Let's see. So Miss Sharon's saying, what are you guys saying? Let's see. She says, Mary, please help. Did you get that? She got you a whole little meal plan by lunch, just to add that on there. I wish I could keep going being neat. Dee, I'm praying my snapback game is strong. Loose skin snapback. I expect a miracle every day. God may make a way out of no way. I believe and receive it. If anybody can do it, my God can. Yes, I should have sang that, but I said it. Jeez, Louise. Thank you, Kim, for sharing that. I'm so lost. What's neat? Okay, I think you guys told him what that, or told Delilah what that was. I knew Mel B would know. Okay, I saw that. Okay, Mary gave us that. Okay, so it sent me down. Okay, we talked about Sharon. Miss Sharon, everyone is different. Delilah here is also a content creator. We want to check out her channel. Everyone is different. However, I asked, do you have underlying health conditions like type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance or PCOS, any of those things? Let's see. Thank you. Miss Marlene is taking notes. I love it. Studies show these conditions can delay lose until higher doses, so those questions need to be addressed first. Very good. Kim, yes, ma'am. Thank you. No health issues, no diabetes. I work out and you eat healthy. My advice would be to ditch the fake protein and stick to the real foods like chicken breast, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. Paula says, you're there. It's a struggle. You want to do the struggle. Okay, so we'll do wins and then we'll do the struggle. Okay. Slow and steady at 1.5 to 2 pounds a week. Yes. A slow responder, though, is not losing at all, but eventually they do. Eventually they do. Sharon, I didn't have any weight loss until 7.5 milligrams. I am currently on 10 milligrams. So wait a second. Our girl Tammy here, she says she didn't have any weight loss. So this kid should give you hope, Miss Sharon. She didn't have any weight loss until 7.5. I am currently on 10 milligrams. I'm down 27 pounds. You started in January of 2025 and you're insulin resistant. Okay, very good, very good. So yeah, you may be, if you haven't really lost, have you lost like 0 pounds? Then you may be a slow responder. It sounds like you are. Miss Sharon, do you know what your daily calorie deficit should be? Do you know if you are within that daily? Do you track? Miss Sharon, are you eating enough food? How long have you been on the medications? Miss Sharon, I did the same, so I titrated up to 7.5, but it's too strong, so I went back down to 5. I'm a slow responder. I've lost 54 pounds since March of 2024. Okay, so somebody else, but okay, look. What I'm saying is it is, you would consider that slow, but 54 pounds is a lot of pounds. So that's what I'm saying. It compounds over time. Do not give up. And I know you want to, because, I'm a slow loser too. but you stick in there. Like, who would have ever thought? I cannot believe I'm at 71 pounds. If I would have given up, I would not have been at 71 pounds. So that's what I'm saying. Don't give up. Don't give up. We're going to figure out what is going to work for you. Do you have a dietitian? Do you have a nutritionist you can go to help out with that diet? Let's see. Thank you guys for sharing that. You work at a school, so your first meal is at lunchtime. High protein meals daily, lots of water, and always moving. Let's see. Okay, we're getting to it, Miss Jerlene. We want the win. Let's see. Mel says collagen. Be sure the collagen is a complete protein. Many aren't. On the nutritional details next to protein, there will be, okay. Oh, those little signs instead of the daily percentage. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of us are eating processed protein, but I don't know. All right. So Miss Sharon says she's hanging in there and she hopes things will move once she goes up. I'm hanging in there. So you might be one of those ones that need to go to 7.5 to get a loss. You may be one of those people. I'm sorry about that. Like I told a young girl today, you do you. I can hear you saying that. You do you. Okay, so let's go to the win. Okay, let's go to the wins. I see Tangi put a win in, and Tammy. Darian, please say more about. Okay, let's say. Okay, so here's a win. A question for a win. What's one weight loss tool that you have incorporated that has helped you on this journey? That is a win. So what's one weight loss tool that you have incorporated on your weight loss journey so far that you would consider it a win? And I'm going to tell you, mine is MyFitnessPal, the MyFitnessPal app. That app has given me reinforced what I know about macros, which is your protein, your fats, and your carbs. And it has also just helped me keep track of my calories, right? It banks it, stores it in there. I can add meals in there. So when I'm eating my Chipotle meal for lunch that I, hacked into as healthy as I could probably get it, when I'm putting that in there, I save all those, individual things up, save it into a meal. It keeps it in there and I just plug it in. It's like plug and play, right? I love that. So that's one of the tools that's been successful for me. I think this is so great for anybody coming back to watch this replay. Or we may learn things that we didn't know in here too. But yeah, it could be an actual tool, something you use, or something you're doing that has helped you on your weight loss journey this far. So Tangi, her win is she walked in the Pride Parade and didn't need a break. I had energy to go. We love that. Energy. I got energy. I got some energy going on here. Darian, please say more about this not eating enough. Okay, I love that. Miss Sharon, I found a dietitian from Mochi. Okay, all right, very good. Sure, Tammy, if someone is in a prolonged calorie deficit and eating, okay. Let me say that again. That made me, the sleep came on. If someone is in a prolonged calorie deficit and eating too few calories, the body will hold on to every pound to protect itself. Yes. So that's the thing about, you could be eating too much, but you also could not be eating enough. Tracking my calories. My main thing with not eating enough is you got to think food gives you nutrients, right? So if you're eating 800 calories, 1,000 calories, even 1,200, I think is too low. Might be on that very lower end. Just think about all those nutrients you're not getting. And supplements are great, but supplements are just that. They supplement. They are not an instead of, right? And all the time, as soon as you go to the restroom, those supplements are out the door, and especially some of the ones that are cheaper. They're just, anybody will tell you that, like, they're not staying in your system as long as they need to. Now, they do stay in there, though. I mean, you are getting some of those, especially if you have a better vitamin. But so, yeah. So we got to eat. Tracking my calories. Okay, very good, Lakeisha. My fitness pal, absolutely. Thanks, Darium. She says using a food scale. A food scale. You know, I haven't really heard people talk about that food scale. I used to use one when I was doing Weight Watchers. So you use a food scale to get a sense of your actual serving sizes. Well, gosh, don't go to the Cheesecake Factory. I think they might be giving out 3 servings because they give out some huge portions. Lose It app for sure. Okay, very good. I have used them both. I think they're very similar. Yes, your fitness pal. Okay, studying women's health plus doing your strength training. Okay, very good. Sleep, not staying up late with you, Dee Dee. I love that. I love that. And I said, I need to get my buns out here, even though I'm not working, but so I could get up in the morning with my daughter. That's too funny, Jerlene. Okay. Using MyNet Diary to track your meals. Okay, if anybody's not using that, you might want to try. That's something to try out. MyNet Diary, meal planning and prepping. Okay. Tangi says, she says, congrats, Tangi. Not necessary. Congrats. Walk on, ma'am. Not necessarily a tool, but just knowing when to say no to foods that are not healthy and being okay with my decision. Having a support partner to walk with this journey with you. I have my twin sister. Yay! Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. You and your twins should come on this live. You guys should come on the live with me. I would love to talk. I had 2 twins in my class last year. I just love twins. And so is she your twin on a GLP-1? If your twin is willing to come on here, you guys have to come on here and twin it. I love it. I could be like, I probably look nothing like you. Well, we could be triplets. I love that. Is there anyone on Ozempic? I gained 10 pounds on that. Had to change to Mounjaro to start losing. Well, Paula, guess what? I was on the Ozempic pill, Ribelsis. I didn't lose, but it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I keep saying I'm going to make a video with my experience. I did one a long time ago when I was just audio. I wasn't showing my face, and I talked about Ribelsis, but that Wegovy, Ribelsis, Ozempic, all that is tough. Like that just had me bloated, feeling like, I felt so stuffed. I just didn't have energy. It was just a lot going on with that. A lot going on. All right, we have a super chat. Yay, Vanessa. Thank you. Thank you. She says, thank you for sharing wisdom and building this community. Thank you. I appreciate that. We have to give you a that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. So let me see. What else are you guys saying? Because you guys, this is a knowledgeable group here, Vanessa. They know what they're talking about. This chat always scrolls down way too far. Let's see. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm coming. I'm getting to it. Okay, so these are some of the things we're learning. So people out there that are watching, you're watching that replay. I hope you're getting this. They're dropping some gems. Okay, so we got that. So hopefully you guys can answer, Paula, if you had an experience. I know some people on here started off on Ozempic and switched over to Wegovy. Switched over to Zepbound or Mounjaro. Watching everyone community on YouTube. I was never on YouTube before, and the shot itself, I was doing all the other things already for years with little to no results. Yes. And so I agree. YouTube is super helpful, right? So you either are on here learning, you're sharing, right? You're sharing, you're teaching, or you're what else are you doing? So you're learning, you're sharing, or I meant to say, or you're confirming, right, what you already knew to be true. And what I love about this is, even though we're not experts, so experience is the best teacher, isn't it? It's like you had the experience, so you're sharing that, and that's valuable. So that's why I say, anybody really could start a YouTube channel because you know so much about the most important person, which is yourself, right? Because you're on there talking about your journey. So that's why I think if people aren't necessarily comfortable with the personality, or they may have stage fright or whatever it is. But as far as talking about things about yourself, like, you are the expert on you. So I think you can do it. And that's one of the things that's been helpful for me, like hearing the tricks and tips from other people as well. So thanks for sharing that, Tia. What I've learned about the prolonged calorie deficit is that your body adjusts to the deficit, and you need to do a metabolic reset because you need to go down more and more to stay in a deficit. Yes, yes, that's so true. And it's been a thing. I think it was at the beginning of the year, I saw a few content creators who had lost, some weight, and got to their goal weight even, or got super close. Well, they stopped taking the meds for, a month or two. And then they said they were resetting their system. And then they got back on, and they started back at the lowest dose. And I want to say this lady, one of the ladies I saw, she was on the compound. She was on tirzepatide, one of the compounds. So yeah, she kind of did a reset. So that's a thing too. So I think if I ever got up to 15 and I got stuck, like I see some, content creators are stuck at that 15, they're not losing anymore, and they keep saying, I want something new to come out, I would stop and just, do a restart. If you find yourself though gaining a bunch of weight, retaining a bunch of water, quickly get back on. But if you can handle that reset, I think that's value in doing that. I really do. It makes sense. Like, it just makes sense, right? Tracking calories in my net diary and strength training with weights. Never thought I would be doing either. I know. How cool is that? Dang, sorry that happened to you, Paula. I know. She gained 10 pounds. How do you reset, Delilah? Use the food scale too. Yes, isn't that wild, Journey? I use the food scale. That's how I track. Then I take a photo of the food and track like that. And I think taking pictures is great too of your food. When I made that video and I took all those pictures of the food, that was great to see. That was great. To be able to see my 1,600 calorie meal. That was back when I was eating 1,600. I've only added 200 calories since then. But when I saw that, I was like, wow, it seems like a lot of food to be eating, but it was some good food, some good choices. So I would take pictures too. They have that app. I forgot the name of the app. I said I was going to try it this summer, while I'm on summer break, but that app is where you take pictures of the food. A lot of people commented that if you go on my community post, I posted the app. And I was sending it to Zepbound Journey with Ange, or Zepbound Journey with Ange, because she was, struggling to do the calorie counting, which a lot of us are, right? Because it's tedious. But if you could just take a picture and it says, bam, 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 this is how much, how many grams of protein, how many calories, and tell you how much you have, how convenient is that? If anybody finds the name of that app, I'm going to go on my community post and look and see what it is. But if you find it, put it in the chat for us. You reset by figuring out your calorie deficit, then figure out what you've been eating, and slowly move up weekly by adding 100 to 150 calories a week. Until you get that level, you may gain, or you can stay the same until you are fully reset. But you will reset and it will begin to come off again. Yes, 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 yes. Right. And I told you, people even go off the medication, to reset too. But, like I said, if you were going to do something like that, I would ask your doctor. Eric Roberts says, when you type in your food type, cooked chicken, and he said, weigh it in grams. My food scale doesn't have the grams. I would be getting a food scale with the grams, and unless you can do some conversions, but you want to put that extra work into it. I use Lose It to track. It's so important. Yes, Lose It and MyFitnessPal aren't that different. Okay, so Paula's gonna try that. Very good. My pleasure, Paula. I'll be talking more about it in the coming weeks. No appetite. To get my protein in, but not enough calories, going to the gym. Yesterday, my trainer said I lost. Hi, Jennifer. First of all, hello, welcome. You said you lost 8 pounds, 3 pounds of fat, and 5 pounds of muscle. I will try to eat more. You're down 15 pounds in 7 weeks. Now, see, that's what the scary part is, losing that muscle. So yeah, so you got to up that protein. To get my protein in, but not get fewer calories. Okay, so you don't have an appetite at all. We've had some community members struggling with that no appetite. So let me read that again because Jennifer, you said to get your protein in, but not enough calories. You're going to the gym, and yesterday your trainer said you lost 8 pounds, 3 pounds of fat, which is great, but not that 5 pounds of muscle. So you're going to try to eat more. Do you know how much you're eating now? You're down 15 pounds in 7 weeks. Gosh, you're losing super fast. That's why. Yeah, you're losing so fast. So yeah, did he give you a calorie amount and a protein amount? Your trainer? Marlene says, yes, my twin and I are on Mounjaro. She's on 5 milligrams. She did it to get her A1C down. Okay, very good. So if ever you guys want to come on here and chat with the Downsizing Diva, I would love to talk to the twins. Twinning. I love it. Eric Roberts is the fitness instructor on YouTube. Okay. And I was gonna say, is this Julia Roberts' brother? His name is Eric Roberts too. I'm sure it's probably more than one. Eric is a common name, and so is Roberts. But yeah. What is your channel, Delilah? Delilah, yes, here we go. Delilah Rodriguez. Thank you. I'll sub to your channel. I love it. We're making the connections. The mail to the bee. Jennifer, do you think your dose is too high? You have to start eating and getting adequate protein ASAP. I don't want you to be a bag of bones, girlfriend. Yes, 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 Mel. I knew you were going to talk about how important that is. I let you come in with that. Look forward to learning more about you, Paula. Oh, yes. Paula, this is my friend right here. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Thank you, Darian. Darian, I was like, I got to make you a moderator. You're on it too. You're one of those helpful folks. Reminding me, I said I'm gonna set my put a note up, and I always forget. Dee Dee, I gave my injection in my arm last Thursday. Talk about appetite suppression. Wow. So in that arm, I was doing, maybe I'll go back to the arm. I was doing the arm, and then it, here and there. I think when I go back and forth, it's like, I can't do it like more than 2 weeks, because then I go back to the other side and it's like, no, ma'am. So then I'll go to my belly, my stomach area. So I think maybe today I'm going to do the arm, Mary, now that you say that. Like, let arms unite. The reset sounds like cycling peptides, and GLP-1s are peptides. Yes, doesn't it? Oh, good point, Tammy. Andrea Quintero. I love that. Andrea Quintero. Hello. How are you, Andrea? Jennifer just finished 1 month of 2.5 and 4th of the 5 milligrams. Okay, very good. Tammy, I'm going to have to research those cycling peptides. If you are on the meds for health issues, please do not cycle without doctor's approval. And you know what? And I say anything besides like tracking on an app, but if anything like that requires you to change something that you've agreed to do with your doctor, before you change, you need to talk to them first, because these are all great ideas. But I also, think that you should have your doctor confirm that, right? Because, we don't know all your medical history. Hopefully your doctor does. They're more knowledgeable about what's going on with you, like the total package. We just know what you're quickly telling us in the chat. My Net Diary app allows you to take pictures. I haven't used it though, because how will I know for sure by just looking at the pic? They don't they don't know what ingredients I put in the food. Well, I would have to say that's a great question, but I think they're ballparking it. But somebody told me, and I said I'm going to do this summer too. Maybe this will be we could do this as a challenge, Kim. But somebody told me they took, now and we're not going to do everything, but somebody told me they took like what was in like MyFitnessPal or the Lose It app, and they compared it with what this app said, Kim, and it was accurate. It was eerily accurate. So I mean, it wasn't that far off. So it's amazing what this technology can do. Jennifer, that has been my struggle too. I started eating salmon every day since last week. I could taste that for now. Not being hungry or having the desire to eat is a real struggle. So, since we're talking about these struggles, that's what we want to talk about, a struggle. So my struggle question is, what's the one thing that you are struggling with on this journey that you would like help with? Like, what is the one thing? If you could, we could just take a magic wand and like zap you, ding, bing, zing, whatever. What could we zap away and get? What's your struggle? Yeah, I want to know that, and I want to say it's a lot. I have a lot of different struggles. Like, geez, Louise, I don't just have one, but I want to pick my most important one. I want to say my struggle is getting the protein in. I think that's and the sleep. Those are the two. My struggle is protein and sleep. As I yawn here, and then I can't stay asleep when I get in the bed. It's I'll get up and go to the restroom, and it's terrible. But if I don't drink anything else, but I feel like I need a drink. But if I don't drink anything else, I might get up one time. If I drink, sometimes I drink late, like at 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then I'm up twice. And that breaks my sleep. I need to stop breaking my sleep. Okay, let's see. So we talked about that. Thank you for sharing that. Paula's going to talk to her doctor. The take a picture option probably gives a round figure, though. Great for those with tracking issues. Yeah, it's just, but I don't know if you saw my comment before you put that in there. Maybe you should have stayed on 2.5. You should speak to your doctor. I had to adjust after initially losing too much muscle. I immediately started eating more protein and consistently strength training, and then you started to gain muscle. I do know that. So it works. Mary, I love Eric Roberts. I don't eat meat, only salmon and sardines. And Jennifer, that's what I've been trying to eat. I've only been trying to eat salmon, and instead of sardines, I'm eating tuna. But I have been eating more chicken, thinking like that's going to help, chicken and turkey, thinking that's going to help with my food noise, and it really has not. Dee Dee, remember a few months ago, we all were talking about me switching to Zepbound. Yes. Is it official? Did you switch? Jennifer, do you like beans, tofu, and temp? Okay, all right. She says, no. No. Yes, please talk to your healthcare team always and forevermore. Can't stress that enough. We are sharing only to be able to share our own experiences. Oh, for sure. So I've been working out at night. I sleep so much better. I'm not a morning person at all. Me either. Maybe I should do that too, Mary. Work out. When I was working out more at 7:30, but since my AP partner and I hadn't been working out, we were working out evenings. I moved it into a little bit earlier. So yeah, maybe that was helping me sleep a little bit better too, is doing it late at night. Not late, but later in the evening. Dee Dee, okay, I read this part. So you said, remember, you got off the phone with the insurance a few minutes ago, and they approved it. Struggle on Wegovy with the food noise. Beth, that's a confetti moment. Let's give her some confetti. She's switching from Wegovy. She was approved to go on Zepbound. Go Beth, go Beth. I love that. Love that for you. Good job. How do you feel? Do you feel like this is kind of like a new start? Jeez, Louise, lady, I love that. Okay, all right. What are you guys saying in the chat? Okay, let me scroll down here. It scrolls me up when I move over like that. I tried the avocado app. It was a mess. I thought my meat was rice and my spinach. It thought your meat was rice. Jeez Louise. And it thought your spinach was meat. Uh, uh, uh. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, there goes that. Beverly Garner, yay! You can switch. Me too. I'm glad she can switch. We all love that. The cost, $550 per month, blows. Yes, yes, yes. It is. It does. That does. That is a struggle. My struggle, not getting enough calories in and sleeping. Yeah. I'm cold all the time. I should have said that too, because I am too. But except for, I'm getting cold though. As I turned on this fan, it's weaning fast. For instance, I put mayo in my meatloaf, ketchup and mustard in my meatloaf. I can see how my APP will know that. Know that unless I tell them, it would be a lot of calories missed, or it may add more calories. Okay, yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's eyeballing it. Well, of course, because that's all they can see. It's scary to you. My struggle is food noise returning day 5, 6, and 7, recovering from from eating. I just moved up to 10 milligrams. The struggle is real. Okay, and you know what? I had that too, Vanessa, for ever since I've been on this journey. I was like, when I first started, I just was like, it's kind of odd. Like I'm feeling like I'm getting my appetite back a little bit, food noises back a little bit, but not, I call it chatter because it wasn't super loud. But I noticed that too, day 5, 6, and 7. And then it started as I got going on. It started at day 4, start to do that, right? So yeah, that's a thing. And a lot of people say that, but yeah, and so now I'm having it before those 4, day 5, 6, and 7. I'm having it soon. And so that's why I know something is going on. I'm either emotionally eating or I just need a higher dose. I mean, it is what it is. But so let's see how 10 works for you, because I'm wondering, do you feel like you're overeating? Are you giving into the food noise? Like what's going on with that? Are you giving into it? My struggle is with my impatience. I'm losing on average 0.6 per week, and I know it's healthy and meaningful rate, but sure wish it was faster. Yes. And no matter how much we say slow and steady, right? Because we all say that, it's like, geez, Louise, you wish you could just get that. I like one of these weeks, I want it to be like a 5-pound loss. It doesn't have to be every week, but some like one time I want a big weight loss or a big month. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like that slow and steady. It's great when you look at your, the accumulation of your total, but it's when you're on that slow and steady road, it's like a struggle, right? You just feel like you're on the struggle bus. Geez, Louise, but you're doing good, Bobby. You are doing good. My struggle is getting protein in, and you eat 1 meal a day. So you're OMAD, 1 meal a day. Okay, very good. You're struggling to eat too, so that's why you're struggling to get that protein. Oh, so sorry. I'm getting sleepy. I'll have to get out here so I can lay it down and take my injection. Now, hopefully, I can stay asleep. I'm going to drink a little bit of water, but not a lot. Miss Linda, I hope you could get in something. I'm glad you're eating salmon. We gotta, gosh, I bet your 1 meal a day, it probably is not over 1,200 calories, but it could be. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it would be. We gotta get you some more food in there. Well, not scary, but I haven't found the courage to trust it yet. We shall see. I can test it. Yeah, I wonder. My struggle is trying to lose some weight no matter on MJ 12 and a half and going to the gym and watching what I eat. My weight will still go up, then down, and I can't keep going down. Okay. It's struggle is trying to lose some weight no matter. Going to the gym, watching what I eat. My weight will still go up, then down. I can't keep going. You can't keep it going just down. Okay. All right. Very good. So so if you're eating the calories, are you taking the exercise, the calories from that into consideration? Because I always say tweak your diet first. Weight loss is 85-15. Tweak that diet, maybe increase that movement. When those DEXA scan, people said, oh, you can eat 2,000, 2,000 and something calories if you exercise more. I looked at him like, "Do you really think I wanna eat that much and add more in and all of that?" It's like, "No, I didn't wanna do it." But, to get things going, you may have to, tweak something with your diet to keep losing and not having that back and forth. This week, my struggle has been sulfur burps. Sulfur burps, I've never gotten those. I just titrated up to 5, and it's a gross side effects. The burps taste and smell like eggs. It's apparently normal when your digestion has slowed down. I have not had those. I don't even want to have those, Tangi. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I hear people talk about it though. I work out at night sometimes, and when I do, my body gets confused. So weird. My brain thinks it's 5 a.m. I can see that happening. Bev says, yes, I feel like it's a new start. I have to start from the beginning, though. That's okay. That's okay. I think you're going to be fine. I really do. Um, awesome, Bev. Welcome to the Trizepatide family. All right, Felicia says her struggle is to treat her Zepbound journey differently than any other weight loss journey I've been on before. I'm learning day by day. And you know what? I see you in these lives. You're in my lives. I see you're soaking in the information. You're sharing. You are a part of this community. You are doing all those things that you need to do to keep it going. I think that is probably a difference because, how active have you been in your weight loss journey before this active? I think it's great. And then you have a support system. You're doing things with your dad. I just think you have it all going on. I love that for you, Felicia. My girl Bev is right there. Kim Stretch says bat wings is her struggle. And if I had to pick a problem area, it would be that. I didn't tell you guys what I did. I didn't tell you. And I'll say what else I did for Sunday. But one of the things I bought was a swimsuit. Today I bought a swimsuit. I don't know what made me do it. I think it was the price. It was cute and it was cheap. And I just thought I'm going to look at myself in this swimsuit, and maybe that's going to be the motivation I need to get my buns moving even more, because now I have a little bit more time open up in my day to do stuff. And I want to dedicate that to, getting some more exercise in. So I thought, I'm going to buy this. I didn't try it on because I want to wash it first, because I wouldn't take it back. If I can't fit it, I'm not taking it back. I'll just donate that too. I think I'm going to just donate that because I don't know. I feel funny like trying on a swimsuit. I guess if I, yeah, that's a thing. But anyway, so yeah, but I think pretty sure I could fit this swimsuit. And I'm going to put that swimsuit on. I'm going to walk around the house, pretend I'm at the pool. Because I never wear a swimsuit. I don't even have one. I think I probably gave all my swimsuits away thinking I would never. I got a lot of nice cover-ups though. So, and I'm going to Houston where it's hot this summer. So maybe I'll be motivated to get in that swimsuit. But that's a non-scale victory for me. I mean, geez, Louise, I could just, I'm so proud of myself for even doing that. Andrea says her feet are always cold. Okay, all right. Yes, mine too. Paula says, my struggle is those dang ginger chews. I take them for an upset stomach, but they have sugar and carbs. Hell, well, that's why I'm afraid to buy them, because, yeah, I don't want that with my little A1C. And you're my Mounjaro sister, so you can relate. Vanessa, me too. The first 3 days are the best. The other food noise is back. I hope Z will be better. Yes, yes, yes. I think it will. 12.5 has taken all that away from me so far. Okay, all right. That's giving me something to look forward to if I decide to titrate up, or if I can titrate up. We'll see. Andrea, my feet are always cold. Yeah, you've been saying that consistently. My battle is sitting my butt down, for real, for real. I love that. Mel, I can totally see that with you too. Up doing something, piddling around. That's too funny. Paula, switch to ginger tea. Yes, yes, yes. But then don't switch to ginger tea and put a bunch of sugar in there. Because you could have just stuck with the chews. Ah, that's too funny. Although we say everybody's journey is not the same, it's also hard looking at everyone else losing rapidly and you're losing slow. You just have to remember one day at a time. Yes, and that's why, hopefully a lot of us that are making these videos will see it, because I'm also telling myself that too, right? Slow and steady. I have to tell myself that. But that's why we're here to encourage you. So when you forget to tell yourself, come to Downsizing Diva so I can remind you. Paula, you said that now, Dee, you say that now. Dee, I had a 7+ pound loss this week, and now I want them all like that. 7 pounds. That is amazing. Good for you. Let's give you some confetti. Let's give her some confetti. Yes, Delilah. I love that for you. I love that for you. Very good. Very good. Okay, all right. What are you guys saying in this chat? People are saying thank you. Linda, I tried that. I don't like the taste. Okay, so yeah, she doesn't like it. Ginger chews are awesome, but yes, they contain sugar. Can you eat a little protein or fiber before eating those ginger chews to slow down that digestion of those sweets? Yes. I still have 3 hours left on my shift. Geez Louise. Well, hopefully we're helping time go by for you. I will try that, Kim J. Yes, yes, yes. Paula, I had to take a prenatal that has ginger root, so I don't need to take the sugary chews. You should try it. Okay, Paula, another idea for you. I had to take a prenatal that has a ginger root, so I don't need to take the sugary chews. Okay, very good. That's a good tip. Miss V with that lovely profile pic. She says, I struggle with sleep. I was worried about the rate of loss. But today I looked at how long it took me to lose 10 pounds. The first 10 took 8 weeks. The second took 10 weeks. The second 10 took 12 weeks. And the last 10 has taken 14 weeks. Oh my goodness, you struggle with sleep. I wonder if it's connected to your sleep. But so that's a total of how many pounds have you lost totally? Okay, if I'm looking at this, so that's 10, that's 20, that's 30. So have you lost 30 pounds? I think that's good though. Jeez, Louise, that is good. I feel pretty good about it now. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, okay. And you know that I'm just gonna keep saying that in my videos too. You gotta focus on those non-scale victories. So if you lost 30 pounds, I'm sure there's a lot of things you could do now that you couldn't do. Even bending over. Somebody talked about that, bending over and tying your shoe. I remember I used to get so long-winded trying to bend over. I would have to sit down to do it. Now I could just do it, touch my toes, do all of that, things that you couldn't do. So those little things really are what keeps me going. When I say that, I really mean that. That keeps me like motivated and feeling confident. So I'm glad you said you're feeling good about it, and you look good. I can see that in that pic. Jennifer, add sugar-free ginger syrup to the tea. She's into those syrups. I let my ginger tea bag steep for 10 minutes. I never squeeze the bags. It will make the tea bitter to me. So if you're squeezing, Paula, don't squeeze in. Add some sugar-free ginger syrup. I wonder if you would like that. I wonder if I would like that. No, that's a good idea. Thank you guys for always supporting me. We talked about my struggles on Wegovy. I'm glad I have this support system. I love you guys, and we love you too. We love you. Delilah says it's called Nourished Mama. I have a link in my descriptions of videos so you can get a discount on your first order if you care to try it. No worries, but I love it. It's great. It works great. Okay, okay. Nourished Mama. Nice. I'm not ready for my swimwear just yet. I don't know if I'm ready either. I'm doing it. I'm going out there and doing it. Yes, I feel you, Felicia, on your struggle. Way to go. Yeah, that swimsuit. I love the little swimsuits in there. Yes, yes, yes. Geez, Louise, I probably would never share that. It's by Nourish Natural Health. I love it, Paula. I love that for you, Dee. Thank you. I'm getting ready to buy cruise gear, but I'm going to wait for the swimsuit until it's closer. All right. People are saying, yes, the bat wings, Paula, for me too. I just don't love it at all. I think that's the area of my body that I just dislike the most, and that's my arms. Okay. All right. You guys are saying. So capital W with the lowercase v. I love it. A cheap, healthy, high protein chip to make at the house is getting the low. Yes, I do. I've done this. Is getting the Mission low carb tortillas, which a lot of us use here, cutting them into the triangles, seasoning them with onion powder, chili, and salt, and spray lightly with avocado oil. Yes, those are good. I use them instead of buying the chips from because I do the Chipotle, I go to Chipotle and make it as healthy as I can get it. But instead of their chips, which are high in calories, lots of salt they put on those chips, I've made those. And another thing I add to mine is garlic powder. And I use olive oil spray. You can use avocado spray. But yeah, it is. It is. It's like that's 17 grams of fiber. 17. Let's give WV some confetti. You came in with that excellent tip. Very good. Thank you for sharing. We love that. All right, very good. Let's see. That's also a good tip for people who need to get in that fiber, because that's what I love about those Mission low carb tortillas is that they have tons of fiber. And you can they work. Thank you, everyone. It comes from trekking. Macros are amazing, very high fiber and protein, and they help with satiety. Yes, yes, yes. All right, Jennifer is saying thank you. Beverly also suffers with sleep. Yes, Beverly, I can attest to that. This lady is up. I wonder sometimes if that has something to do with your weight loss. It does. It's a proven fact that lack of sleep is contributing to a lack of most of our weight loss. Yes, 30 pounds, body size 8G. Miss V, you got to focus on that size 8 jeans, crossing your legs in the economy seat. I love how you say economy seat. Thanks for the compliment. Yes, 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 yes. So those are the things you got to hold on to when you feel like, you saw, because somebody in here probably has lost 60 pounds in the same amount of time as you. And I don't care. You still have those victories under your head. Nobody can take that from you, right? So you just kind of have to, everybody's body's different. Everybody's journey's different. Everybody's doing things differently. And you got to go with that. I think that's excellent. All right. I'm an insomniac my whole life, Beverly. No blue screens, TV, phones in bed. The bed is only for sleep, and sexy time. So, Bev, I don't know. Are you? Because I've talked to Bev at night, on the phone, and other than the phone, are you having the TV on? What are you having? Jennifer says she just had a Premier Protein to get that 100 grams of protein. Love it. Let's give her some confetti. Very good. You are like, I will not be denied my 100 grams. I love that. Paula, I'm eating protein and strict training, body weight, and actual weights to help with the bat wings. We love that, Kim. I love the Mission Carb Tortillas. WV. I also wanted to share a non-scale victory. Yes, you were able to walk your first mile in 30 minutes. It used to take you 45. Well, we're going to give you some confetti. The fact that you're even walking a mile is excellent. Well, let's start there. The fact that you're even walking your mile is excellent. Very good. It used to take you 45 minutes. So, you're probably going to get that even some time shaved off that if you wanted to. You don't have to, but I guarantee you probably will. Okay, people are saying, awesome, thank you. You think it's your hormones. Menopause is no joke. Okay, it is not. So, while you said that, because we're ready to close this out. You guys did an awesome job, but I just want to remind you guys, since Miss V is talking about this, we're going to be talking about this on Tuesday. When is it? Saturday. This coming Saturday, we have a panel, and here is the panel. We have myself, the Downsizing Diva. We have Simply Taisha. We have Lorraine from the Downsize, and we have Mel. Mel to the B is in this chat. We're going to be talking about perimenopause and menopause. We're going to be talking about all things related to the GLP-1 connection with that as well, because that's our experience. And I'm looking forward to talking about something that has to do with women's health. So if you are a guy, I always say that, that. If you are a guy, never fear, because send your wife. G's one of one. Send your wife to hear about this menopause, perimenopause. You know, your wife, your mom. If you have a daughter, you know, that's at this age, you know, send them our way. So we're gonna be talking about perimenopause and menopause. We're gonna talk about both because the panel is varied, right? Different people doing different things. So I will see you guys. I guess that just leaves us to she said, wait a minute, we have a question. Is Mounjaro supposed to help with snoring? Well, when you lose weight, it does help. It does help. So I don't know. Have you lost weight? Are you hearing yourself snore? Is somebody telling you you're snoring? And I know, you know, Zepbound was approved for sleep apnea, and that's the thing. Sleep apnea is connected to that weight, and you know, blocking those airwaves like that. Beverly, that's the worst. Beverly says no TV or phone, DD, but I'm laying in the bed watching the clock and counting sheep. Oh no. Oh my goodness, I can only imagine. Jeez, Louise. All right, all right. LOL, my husband has said that snore. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it should help. It should help as you're losing weight. I don't know how much weight you have to lose. G's one of one. Go check out Jesus' channel over there on his channel. He's sharing his journey with us. I'm gonna get out of here too. It's what? Oh, it's 10:36. I gotta get in the bed. Like my goal was 11 o'clock. So Andrea says, Geraldine says it helped her get off her CPAP and no snoring. So Andrea, I wonder, is it going to help? You have to hang in there. I would talk to your doctor about that. People are saying good night, good night, good night. Beverly, I had to take the clock out of my room for that exact reason. So now you can't look at anything. Yeah, check into that. I think because the more you lose, you should be snoring a lot less. I would talk to your doctor, Andrea, about that because Mounjaro and Zepbound are the same medication. Mounjaro is for type 2 diabetics. You know, the Zepbound is for just your regular weight loss, but it has been approved to help with that sleep apnea. So I would definitely check into that. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for all the people that gave super chats. I appreciate it. Mail to the B, Paula, Jerlene, Vanessa. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I'm going to put these super chats up here. I appreciate those. And I will see you guys on Friday night. If you're coming to the Friday Night Live, I will see you then. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. We're at hump day. Tomorrow is Thursday. We got this. Bye.